Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you haven't been here before, my name is Debbie and I read so many books. Not that I'm complaining, I absolutely love it. Today I've got a catch up for you. I'm still continuing the Blake Pierce, The Perfect Jessie Hunt series, and so the last three books I read were book 21, 22 and 23, which are The Perfect Murder, The Perfect Husband and The Perfect Scandal. I've just bought the next three books, which are The Perfect Mask, The Perfect Ruse and The Perfect Veneer, so those will be the next ones. But yeah, so let's just go over what's happened over the past three books. It has been insane, and also the book that I just finished broke all the rules that I thought I'd learn throughout this book series. Because a lot of the time, if you hear from a person who you've never seen before, or somebody who's just not one of the main players, i.e. Jessie or her sister or Ryan, it usually means they're about to die. The last book broke all of those rules. So just on the second one I just thought, oh my god, we're hearing from Honey. And I'm just like, wait, no, she's not dead. What just happened? So, we've had this underlying story going through in regards to a woman that Jessie befriended right at the beginning of the series, right in like the first couple of books, where, was it book 2? It was either book 2 or book 3 that we met Andrea Robinson, and Andy was having an affair. She killed her husband and blamed it on the maid, and then also tried to kill Jessie by lacing a drink with peanuts. And yeah, it feels like I'm talking about a soap opera, which, to be fair, this could be a soap opera. But yeah, so we've had this underlying story in regards to Andy, and over the past 6 books-ish, we have seen Andy's story becoming a bit more of the main focal point in regards to Andy being in essentially solitary confinement, a mental health institution, and Andy recruiting patients to kill people so that, or create crimes so that Andy can be an informant for Jessie. So Andy's got it into her head that she and Jessie are going to be like best friends again. It really does paint the picture of Andy's psychopathic tendencies and the state her mental place actually is. Does that make any sense? Basically, we're getting more and more information in regards to Andy's state of mind, and yeah, the last couple of books just completely blew that out of the water, because we've been getting ready for Jessie and Ryan's wedding since he proposed, and they finally got to the point where just like, we need to set a date, we want this to be a very small affair. A hotel where they managed to solve a crime has offered use of their gardens for the wedding for free. But yeah, so in book 22, The Perfect Husband, so technically that has 2 meanings based on what happened in that story, but at the end we were getting ready for Jessie and Ryan's wedding, only for us to find out that Jessie was, spoiler alert, kidnapped from the hotel on her wedding day, and the person behind it is Andy. So the last book has been like the rule breaker, so that's The Perfect Scandal. Yeah, it's The Perfect Mask I've just started, so it's The Perfect Scandal is the one that I just finished, and I'm still reeling off everything that happened in that book. Suddenly we're getting point of views from anybody and everybody in regards to what's happened and the clues that are being left behind in regards to where Andy has taken Jessie. So I feel like this is more a review about the last book that I read rather than all of them. Even though in there we have also seen Hannah, Jessie's sister, solve the mystery of what happened to her friend Meredith Bartlett, Mary, while she was in psychiatric care. And you're seeing Hannah look at her life and the fact that, you know, there was a point when she was considering enrolling into a culinary school, she wanted to be a chef, and now she's realising, actually, I feel like I want to help people, I want to go down the route of my sister and her best friend Kat, and possibly go into maybe a police officer or a private investigator like Kat. And so we've got that storyline, which kind of leads into what happened in the last book, with Jessie being missing and everybody coming together to try to figure out where the hell Andy has taken Jessie. That whole book, you're looking at Andy's state of mind, you're looking at Jessie doing her profiling thing in regards to figuring out Andy's state of mind and how to get her in a place to reveal things about herself in order to lay the breadcrumbs for the people who Jessie knows is looking for them. Yeah. My mind just completely exploded in the last book, and we know going forwards that this Andy storyline isn't over because of Operation Z, which is a reference to what would ever happen if Andy were to die. Basically what Andy's put in place not being fulfilled, because obviously there's still people out there waiting for Andy's word to do things in regards to like this big backstory in regards to Andy creating crimes in order to help Jessie. There's points in this story when you kind of feel sorry for Andy based on what has happened in her life to lead her to this point. You're kind of with Jessie in the kind of thing of, and the fact that you're also with Jessie looking through at Andy and trying to work out, is this somebody who can be saved? Is this somebody that could get help, or is she just too far gone? At the end of The Perfect Scandal, when admittedly Jessie has been found, you realise that it's still not over. It's still not over. I am amazed at how everything is still coming back to the beginning again. Because obviously when we first met Jessie right at the beginning, we got her life story in regards to who her serial killer father was, how she saw her mother die when she was a child, all this story about her parents, her foster parents. Yeah, I'm just amazed that like 23, 24 books in, because I've literally just started reading book 24, how it's still able to come round to the beginning again, because there were points like when certain players were killed off when I was just thinking, where is this going? Are we still able to bring this back to Jessie again? Because it all relies on Jessie's backstory in regards to her father being a serial killer. And when she was at school and she was studying Bolton Crutchfield, and how that came back to her father, and then everything else that's happened, and you realising that it is just one giant puzzle piece, as well as a bit of a maze. But it's that point where it's like the puzzle pieces are in a maze, and you're always going to kind of keep coming back on yourself no matter what. Does that make any sense? It's me just processing everything. But yeah, I'm still obsessed. Admittedly, I still notice like a couple of editing things, but I think it's just because of how quickly they've been churned out. I feel like it's very easy to read short chapters with characters that you can really focus on. Yeah, there's so many people in here to identify with, and it just, having somebody like that in a book series like this, and again, I still visualise this as a cop comedy, Rosalian Isles, Castle, The Rookie style TV series. That's how I read them, and that's how I visualise them in my head, because I'm quite a visual reader. I can create the scenes in my mind. I know that not everybody is like that, but that's how I read. I can visualise it as I read it, and yeah, at some point I have to think like my dream cast for this series. I haven't a clue. But yeah, I'm very, very much enjoying this series. At times it can feel a bit repetitive because you get the full backstory in every single book, because I think that the author is trying to, even though it is a very long series, he is also trying to make it so that each book can be a bit of a standalone as well. But I do feel like the last book can't be a complete standalone because it's immediately after the events of The Perfect Husband, because you literally have her kidnapped at the end of The Perfect Husband, and then that leads into the full story in The Perfect Scandal. Some of them could work as standalone stories, but it's getting to the point when it's just like, no, you do need to understand the backstory, and it is so much better if you have read the other books. Not saying you can't just read the one-off and just think, oh, that's, yeah. But I have a feeling that if you did just read a one-off, you probably would want to get the full story, and you'd probably want to go back and find out everything in the lead-up. Yeah. So, yeah, that's the books. The Perfect Murder, The Perfect Husband, The Perfect Scandal. Those were the last 3 books, and then the next time we have a catch-up, it will be The Perfect Mask, The Perfect Ruse, and The Perfect Veneer. Jessie Hunt, psychological suspense series by Blake Pierce. But yeah, so thank you so much for watching. If you are reading along with me, please talk to me and let me know what you think of this series, because the reason I talk about it on here is because I'm trying to find people to talk to about these books. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you next time with another video. Stay safe, everybody. Goodbye, love you all. Bye, 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 bye. And her recruiting people to... Hello.